up.
Okay, perfect.
All right. All right, well, good afternoon, everybody. We appreciate you joining us here for one of our IACAC virtual college exploration sessions. I have the distinct honor of bringing North Central College to you this evening, one of the great gems here in the western suburbs of Chicago. I don't want to steal the ladies' thunder, but I will tell you, if you are looking for a little bit of all the best of all your options, it's right here at North Central. So before we get started with the presentation, I just want to do a couple of housekeeping things. First of all, my name is Scott Lilly. I'm a counselor over at Glenbard East High School, located in Lombard, about 20 miles west of Chicago. And so this visit was one I targeted because this is one of the schools right in our backyard that we love to work with. So as we're going through this session, I just want to give you a quick heads up on some things. First of all, your camera and your microphone will remain off the whole time, so don't worry about any sounds or things going on in the background. But we have left the Q&A open for you. So as ladies are presenting, if you have any kind of questions, go ahead and throw them in the Q&A, and they will be monitoring that as we go throughout. Make sure we get your questions answered for you. If we do run out of time, don't worry, they're going to have a list of that later on too. They'll respond to you afterwards. So again, we encourage you to engage in the process, so feel free to throw something in the Q&A if you have any kind of questions at any point. I also want to do a quick plug and remind you that this is one of almost 400 sessions that IACAC is offering with StriveScan through this program. We're really excited about how many schools want to participate. We want to make sure you are available to those offerings. So after we're done here, we encourage you to get back onto IACAC.org and view some of our other sessions, whether there's some more coming up that you can participate in live or others that we've already held that are now in our database for you to view at your convenience. And so finally, like I said, this one will be included in that group in the coming days. So feel free to go back to IACAC.org to get some more notes on North Central as we go through, again, one of the real awesome opportunities right here in Chicagoland. And with that, I will turn it over to our speakers today. This is Jen and Laura, who are admissions officers with North Central. And they brought with us a very special guest, Claire, who is one of our students at North Central. So we're really excited to have that perspective as well. So I will stop wasting your time. I'm going to shut myself off. Ladies, if you want to go ahead and start up, go ahead and get yourselves going here.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Jennifer Brown, and I'm an admission counselor at North Central College. So this evening, we're going to share a lot of great information with you, have some time to answer questions at the end, and really hope this is a great first general introduction. Again, I mentioned I'm an admission counselor. I'm also a North Central alum. I earned my undergraduate degree and my graduate degree from North Central. So I've had a lot of great experience over the years with the college, and I'm very excited we get to share this with you tonight.
And my name is Laura Kendall-Zimmerman. I am another admission counselor at North Central. I did not graduate from North Central, but despite having been a former athletic rival, I have learned that North Central is a wonderful school, and I'm really pleased to be able to show you what we have to offer. And Claire will introduce herself.
I'm Claire Nelson. I'm a senior at North Central this year. I am double majoring in English and theater, and I have worked for now 3 years in the Office of Admissions doing various jobs.
Yeah. All right, so I'll get started. North Central is a nationally recognized institution. We are located just about a half an hour west of Chicago in Naperville, Illinois, which is a beautiful suburb of Chicago. And I think what's most important to know about us is that at our core, we are a community of people who are all dedicated to ensuring that our students leave North Central prepared to succeed. We do that through a variety of different ways. We want our students to constantly be taking an active role in their college experience. So we're going to make sure that they are getting hands-on experiences, they are participating, whether that's in the classroom or out. We make sure that our faculty are providing inspired instruction with the most up-to-date, best teaching practices available, and we are all coordinating together as a campus to help our students reach both their personal and their professional goals. We're really pleased to have been recognized as one of America's best colleges by multiple organizations, including U.S. News and World Report, Money Magazine, and Forbes. We are very proud members of the Naperville community. Naperville is consistently ranked as one of America's best cities to live in, and also as one of America's safest cities and safest college towns. And Ashoka has named us a Changemaker campus, thanks to our students' outstanding dedication to effecting positive change in our community and in the world around us. Our student body is made up of about 3,000 undergraduate students, and while the majority of those students do come from within about an hour radius of North Central, we're very proud of the fact that we draw students from across the country and extraordinarily from around the world as well. About 40% of our students are first-generation college students. At North Central, we consider you a first-generation student if neither of your parents or guardians has a four-year degree already. To us, that means you are a trailblazer in your family, and we are pleased to have you join us. You can know that if that is you in your situation, you'll be joining a campus community where you'll have so many friends and supportive faculty and staff who have been in your shoes or are in your shoes, and we've got programming to make sure that you're going to leave North Central just as successful as any other student. We are a Division III NCAA school. We offer 27 intercollegiate sports within the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin, CCIW, and we have a collective 40 national team championships, the two most recent of which were just this past academic year, so congratulations are in order to our triathlon and our football teams. You're definitely going to get the ideal college experience in Naperville. As I mentioned earlier, we are just a few blocks away from downtown Naperville. Naperville is a thriving community with nearly 150,000 residents, and our downtown area is beautiful with more than 150 trendy restaurants and stores. It's a great place for our students to hang out, relax, get an off-campus job, do some shopping, and know too that many of those stores and restaurants do have discounts to North Central students. But the opportunities are not going to end in Naperville. If you leave campus in the other direction from downtown Naperville, just a few blocks away is a train station. You can catch an express train to downtown and get there in about 30 minutes. That offers our students even more opportunities. So not just for hanging out, visiting a professional sports game, or seeing some of Chicago's world-class cultural institutions, but also working there. Many of our students take advantage of internships in the downtown area, and we've had students participate in internships with every major Chicago professional sports team, in the Art Institute of Chicago, in the Field Museum, really fantastic places where our students are getting experience with the best that there is on offer. Talked a lot already about what our campus and our community have to offer, but I'm sure what you're really wondering is, what is your life like as a North Central student? To start with, you're going to be, in a good way, very busy. We have literally dozens of organizations for you to participate in, and many of them, almost a 4-page long list, are student-run organizations. We've got everything from rec and intramural sports. We've got an award-winning student-run radio station. We've got esteemed competitive groups, cultural groups. We have service groups on campus. Anything and everything that you can think of. And if you can think of it and we don't already have it, we would like you to start it, please. We really believe that it's important for our students to follow their passions, so we make it really easy for our students to start their own groups on campus. You just need 4 other students who want to participate and 1 faculty or staff sponsor, and you are good to go. And as I've mentioned before, whether you're in class or out, we want every single moment of your educational experience to be meaningful and impactful. So we want you involved, whether that is designing and implementing your own research project, whether that is being a captain of a sports team, whether that is choosing and participating in service events, or even casting and directing your own show. We want you not just studying to be prepared to succeed when you leave. We want you already familiar with the skills that you will need and ready to leave North Central confident to thrive. However, we're not going to ask you to do that all on your own. We are all committed to your success, as I said at the very beginning. So whether that is your admissions professionals, whether that is a professor, a coach, a support staff, we are all in some way mentoring and coaching our students. You have a wonderful support network at North Central. We're never going to let you fall through the cracks or struggle when we can step in and help you out whenever it is that you need it. Our students are difference makers. Whether you are interested in service organizations, whether you have an idea that you want to share, whether you have a business proposal, we have programs at North Central to make sure that you can make that difference in our world. And we are not about just getting to the diploma and getting to your first job. Like I've said before, we want you practicing, developing skills, ready to lead and launch a career when you leave North Central.
We prepare you to exceed your personal best. And what is this going to look like for you? What does this mean for you as a student? Well, in the classroom, this is going to be something that's very individual. Our average class size at North Central is about 20 students, and our student to faculty ratio is about 14:1. So this means that you're going to get a lot of individual attention from professors. 100% of our professors have the terminal or the highest degree in their field, and all of our courses are taught exclusively by faculty members. So we don't have any teaching assistants. You're going to learn directly from professors on campus. Again, professors want to get to know you. They want to know your name. They want to know your face. They want to build a relationship with you to help you grow even outside of the classroom. Professors have an open door policy for office hours, so it's very easy to just stop in and ask them a quick question if you have a question on a homework assignment or an exam you're studying for, or maybe you want to dive a little bit deeper into your major or start to explore internships or research opportunities, or maybe discuss what you want to do post-graduation. Professors are really going to be that great resource for you. In terms of your major, we have more than 60 different programs to choose from. And you can see on your screen, this is a snapshot of all the different areas around campus. We have a lot of different programs, again, that you can major in, but you do not need to know right away when you apply to North Central. So if you are undecided in your major, maybe you are picking between a few different key areas, or you are truly undecided and could major in any area, that's just fine. We will help you explore different programs that we offer. We will give you guidance to help you decide on exactly what you want to major in. If you do know what you want to major in, though, however, you will be able to get started in those courses right away your freshman year. So a lot of times for students, that will help to confirm, yes, this is what I know I love, this is what I want to do, and then you can continue on with those courses. We also have a very unique general education program. At North Central, we want you to take courses that you really get a lot out of. We want those to be meaningful for you, and that carries over into our gen ed courses as well. We don't want to just hand you a list and have you check off boxes so you make sure you get your typical gen ed classes out of the way. Again, we want you to get a lot out of those courses as you do your major courses. So you will be able to be very intentional with the courses that you're going to take within your general education curriculum. Our general education courses are centered around different themes. So sometimes students will decide that the theme that they choose is related to their major and is able to enhance it that way. But sometimes students will have a completely different area that they're interested in and want to have their gen ed courses be related to that area of interest. And that is definitely something that you can do as well. Again, you will work really closely with your academic advisor, and that will start in the summer before you start attending North Central. So they will be the ones to help you pick out your courses and make sure that you're on track to graduate in 4 years. We have a lot of really neat facilities around campus, and you can see some of the pictures on your screen right now. What you do outside of the classroom, we really want that to enhance what you're learning in the classroom directly from professors. We want you to be able to practice the professional skills that you're actually going to use out in the real world. And again, you can see some snapshots from around campus. A lot of these labs and other spaces that we have on campus are sponsored by local companies or industries and organizations, so it highlights some of the neat partnerships. And this slide has some really unique spaces around campus. We have a coffee lab where North Central students, faculty, and staff actually import, roast, and sell. So we have our own fair trade coffee business on campus. We also have Wen's Concert Hall and Fine Arts Center that is home to some of our numerous ensembles, really wonderful organizations through North Central, but also host outside guests at North Central too. So there are some really neat performances that you're able to attend. And we have a spectacular greenhouse at our new Science Center as well. And this is very popular, as you can imagine, for science majors, but also for students that are very interested in sustainability initiatives on campus. So a little bit more about the admission process. There are 3 ways to apply to North Central. We have our own online application through our website. You can see listed on the top of your screen. And we are also a part of the Common App and the Coalition for College Access. All these applications are asking you the same questions. So whatever your preference is in applying to North Central, that is great with us. Once you go ahead and you fill out your application, you will need to submit some additional materials for us in order for your file to be complete and for us to review your application for admission. First, you'll want to send us your high school transcripts. And what we'll do is look at your GPA. If you do have weighted GPA, maybe some honors or AP or IB courses, we will look at that. And starting this year and actually moving forward, we will be test optional. So if you have taken the ACT or the SAT and you want to apply with that and send it along with your application, you can. But if you weren't able to take it or don't plan to take it, that's okay. We will just need your high school transcripts along with your application, and then you're set and you're good to go. Again, if you are going to send your ACT or SAT, those codes are on the screen as well. Supplemental materials too are also optional. So if you need to send a letter of recommendation or personal statement, or there's just more information that you'd like to send along with your application, feel free. Again, I mentioned when we look at your transcripts, we're really going to go in depth. We're going to look at every semester or trimester that you've taken classes, and we'll look at every single course related to your college prep curriculum. We typically prefer to see about 4 years of English, 3 years of both math and science, 2 years of a social science, 2 years of the same foreign language, and then again, we will consider any honors, any AP or IB courses that you've taken as well. Once we review everything, it typically is about 10 to 14 days or so from the time that your file is complete, we will notify you of your admission decision. If you're accepted to North Central, we'll send you a lot of notifications. We'll send you a text message, we'll send you an email, send a big packet of information out in the mail, and then your admission counselor is going to follow up with you as well. At the time of your application, when we're reviewing your file for admission, we are also reviewing it for an academic or a merit scholarship. And this is a big part of, the whole affordability aspect of college and looking at various scholarships and financial aid opportunities. This first step in the process is going to be based on the hard work that you've done in high school. So again, we're going to look at your GPA and we're going to look at your curriculum. Because we are test optional this year, you don't need to worry. Again, if you don't have your ACT or your SAT score, you'll receive full consideration for admission and also academic scholarships based on your GPA. The scholarship that you receive is going to range somewhere from $19,000 to $26,000 per year. So again, this is a very substantial part when you're looking at different scholarships that you can receive to attend North Central. This scholarship is going to be renewed on a yearly basis as well. So it'll be something that's automatic and will follow you all the way through your senior year at North Central. When you're accepted, in your acceptance packet, we will also send you some login information for our scholarship website called Academic Works, and that's where you can check out additional scholarships. There may be ones related to your major, maybe some fine art or talent scholarships that you would like to audition for, or maybe an alumni scholarship if you know somebody that's graduated from North Central. There are a lot of different opportunities on top of your academic scholarship, and we'll make sure as your admission counselors that we walk you through those steps. The other important thing to do this year for you seniors is to file the FAFSA, and that actually opened up just this past October 1st. So you are ready and good to go to file the FAFSA. If you are going to start college in the fall of 2021, so starting this fall, you will actually use your 2019 tax information. So that's what's called your prior year's tax information. And you will be able to, at the point that you fill out the FAFSA, send your FAFSA results to up to 10 different schools that you're considering. And we know at this point in time, you still have likely a lot of schools on your list. So you'll want to send the FAFSA out to every school and wait for your financial aid award letter from that school. At North Central, we typically start to send out our financial aid award letters around the winter time, like the middle of December or so. We'll send you out a big packet of information that will have a lot of useful materials for you to look through, but your admission counselor will also follow up with you, walk you through everything, answer any questions that you or any family members might have. And just a quick note, when you're filing the FAFSA, there is a process called verification. This is, relates to about 30% of students or so, and it's a random verification process. It's not a bad thing in any way. It's just a way for schools to collect information, make sure that everything that you put on the FAFSA is accurate, so that way we put together the most accurate financial aid award letter for you. Again, your admission counselor will notify you of this if you're selected and will help you through the process. So once you've completed your college search process, you've applied, you've been accepted, gone through the financial aid process, maybe you've also had a chance to visit campus in person or done a virtual visit, and you've decided on North Central, you'll want to make it official. The first thing that you'll want to do is submit your tuition deposit. And this is $100, and this will secure your spot in the incoming class for next fall. If you plan to live on campus, you'll also want to submit your room deposit, and that is for an additional $100, and that will secure your spot in the residence hall. Once you submit the tuition deposit, and then if you're going to live on campus, the housing deposit, you'll start to receive more communication from us regarding orientation, regarding meeting with your academic advisor, filling out your roommate questionnaire to live on campus. So there are a lot of exciting steps that'll take place over the summer. And regarding our residence halls, we have a large population of students that lives on campus. About 1,400 students total live in our 9 different residence halls. Typically, first-year students will live in more traditional style housing, and that's where you have shared common areas, so like a bigger lounge, shared common bathrooms. You get to meet a lot of other students that way. And then once you're an upperclassman student, you're able to live in some more of like the private or suite style living options on campus as well. Again, we know this was a lot of information, so we're happy to answer questions, that you may have at the end of the presentation, but we also recognize that you are going to have more questions going through the process. You may have already applied and have direct contact information for your admission counselor, or you might just be starting the admission process and think of some general questions that you want to ask us later on. Here's our contact info. Always feel free to email or call us. It's also a great opportunity to check out our social media accounts so you can see some of the things that are happening around campus as well. But again, thank you so much for visiting and joining us this evening. Oh, I think you're on mute.
Of course I am. We don't have any questions in the Q&A right now, so we do think that you might benefit from hearing the students' perspective of what it's like to be at North Central. So Claire, can you tell us about your favorite class or professor?
Oh gosh, yeah. So I don't know if I can pick out a favorite class. I love all of my theater classes. Anytime I get to act, or this semester direct. But I think as far as professors, one of the ways we're so lucky at North Central is that they're kind of all phenomenal. I haven't had a professor that I don't like, but I would say Shohini Roy in the English department is brilliant and worldly, and has been so kind this semester, obviously doing school online. Or Dr. Polinska in the religious studies department is just a phenomenally interesting woman.
Very cool. Wonderful. Thanks. Thinking of campus, do you have a favorite place or spot on campus that you like to study or hang out?
Absolutely. So we have a coffee house on campus, the Boiler House. And when it's nice enough, I like to sit in the courtyard, because you can plug in out there and it's all Wi-Fi access. If it's not super warm, which we're getting there now, I will study in the Writing Center, which is on the far north end of campus.
Pretty cool.
All right. So we talked in our presentation a little bit about downtown Naperville. What's your favorite restaurant down there?
There is a sushi place called Blue, and it's right on the Riverwalk, and they have vegan sushi rolls with like fried sweet potato. Ugh, really amazing.
I agree with that choice as well.
A good one.
Laura mentioned a lot of the popular clubs and organizations around campus. I know you're very involved in your major and working on campus. Are there any other areas outside of your major, any clubs or organizations that you're involved with?
Yeah. So the most notable one I would say is it's an organization called Untitled, and actually Jen, or I think Laura, you mentioned it. It's easy to start your own org. I actually founded that org. I founded it at the end of my freshman year. So we're about 3 years old now. And it's a performance org. We do these sort of crazy 24-hour put together productions, like 5 times a semester. So yeah.
I never knew that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Last question for you. Our students listening in or watching online are obviously in the middle of selecting a college, and there's a lot to consider when you are doing that. What was it about North Central that made you choose us?
So for me, it was just the whole feel I got on campus. I was lucky enough to get to visit a friend who was already going to school at North Central. And immediately I felt welcomed in. I think our campus has a very welcoming energy. Everyone is so kind, and it just felt like home right away. So I think it's super important, I would say, to visit campuses if you can, and just sort of trust your gut, know what feels right. And to me, North Central just felt like I could see myself spending 4 years there.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much for sharing, Claire. And thanks everybody for listening in. We're really pleased that you want to learn more about North Central. Please know, as Jen said at the end of our visual presentation, we would love to help you. So feel free to reach out. That's what we're here for.
Thank you.
Excellent job, ladies. As expected, I thought it was a fantastic job, but I will tell everybody who's watching today, hey, they undersold this school. If you have started your process or you haven't gotten very far, you need to check out North Central if you're looking for the best of all the different worlds you can be looking at. So if you're looking at the school that feels like it's got a lot of opportunity, but you want that small, cozy size, if you want that small town feel, but access to the big city, you got it all at North Central. So I would, as the lady suggested, I would highly suggest get out and take a look. If you heard some stuff tonight that you thought was interesting, once you get a chance to see it firsthand, help that make your decision, or let that help you make your decision. So again, thank you all for being a part of this evening. Any follow-up questions, please contact North Central's admissions office. We just have a couple other logistical things. Any other last minute moment things you ladies would like to share? Okay, again, wonderful. Thank you so much for all that you've given us thus far. I just want to remind everybody, again, this information will be made available on IACAC's website. So if you would like to come back and watch this again or share this with a friend who might also be interested in North Central, we encourage you to do so. We also have more sessions still coming up in the coming weeks. So we encourage you to get on and sign up for some more sessions or review some ones that we've previously held. And one last reminder that when we do close this down, your screen will reset and we'll ask you to fill out a brief survey. Let us know what you think of the program and how we've done. So once again, I'd like to thank our presenters this evening for presenting at North Central College. I want to thank our attendees for being here this evening. And thank you so much for being a part. We hope you learned something tonight and found a school that you might find interesting. Thank you once again.
Thank you.